very good day to you all, and welcome to the C-Trade Fantasy segment on Tech Thursdays, proudly sponsored by Nedbank and the Zimbabwe Independent. As usual, I am your host, Dutch, and joining me are two capital markets gurus who will be helping us navigate the local capital market space. Gentlemen, it's a pleasure to have you. Please introduce yourself to our viewers.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Garikai Munema, the Group Chief Commercial Officer of Escrow Group, the company that brings you C-Trade and C-Trade Fantasy. It's my pleasure to be with you.
Thank you, Garikai. Please introduce yourself.
Thank you very much. My name is Tatenda Maswedza, Head of Market Operations at Escrow Group.
Thank you, Tatenda. Thank you, Garikai. A pleasure to have you, gentlemen. Now to recap, in last week's edition, we had a money expert from our partners at Nedbank sharing a money management tip to help you better navigate the local capital markets as you invest and buy shares. Now in this edition, as it is a new month, we have new features and new additions on the C-Trade Live platform to discuss and share with you. If you've been on the C-Trade Live platform investing in the local shares, you might have noticed on the IPO section that there's a new addition, the Tigere Reit. Garikai, talk to us about what the Tigere Reit is.
Thanks so much, Dutch. Maybe before I go into the Tigere Reit, let me just start by explaining to you what is an IPO. Because this Tigere Reit, when you go into C-Trade, you actually find it under the IPO tab. So let me start by explaining what is an IPO. Now, IPO is a term that is used in the capital markets and that refers to initial public offer. This is the process of offering shares or units for raising capital for the first time. So it's when a company introduces its shares onto the market for the first time. In the case of Tigere, this is a company that is bringing their securities for trading on a private market for the first time. So that is what you call initial public offer. So it's a private company offering their securities to the public for the first time. That is what we call IPO. Now the Tigere Reit, again I'll explain another term which is REIT, R-E-I-T-S. It stands for Real Estate Investment Trust. Now a REIT refers to a company or an entity that owns properties or that has interest in property. So the Tigere Reit IPO, this is a company called Tigere, which is offering their securities to the public for the first time. And these securities, they are in the form of a real estate investment trust. So Tigere has set up a company or a trust that is allowing investors for the first time to buy units into their property investments. So that's basically what it is all about, and is now available on C-Trade as well, meaning that the investing public can now subscribe for or buy units in the Tigere properties for the first time.
Yes. So for our property lovers out there, this is definitely for you. Let me come to you, Tatenda. As a property lover myself, this sounds very interesting. How do I subscribe for the Tigere Reit?
So in order for you to subscribe for the Tigere Reit, you have to go on C-Trade, log into your account. But this assumes you already have an account. If you don't have an account, you create the account first. It's a simple three-stage process. Once you have your account, you log into your account. You go into C-Trade Live. After you go into C-Trade Live, you click the IPO section. And once you click the IPO section, you are exposed to a number of IPOs. Fortunately, for now, the only available one will be Tigere Property Fund. Select that Tigere Property Fund. Input the number of units that you would like to trade, that you would like to buy rather. Once you put in those units, and you can go ahead and place your order. Once the order has been placed, your funds will be deducted from your account, and that order will remain pending. The reason why it remains pending is because those shares will not have been allotted. And once they are allotted, that's when you will get your shares into your portfolio, and that will happen on the 23rd. And once that happens, you can now be trading those very same shares. And on the same day, on the 23rd, if there are any refunds, because generally speaking, the IPO is not going to take all the funds from people. There might be an oversubscription. Once there's refund, the same platform that you used, which is your C-Trade wallet to place the order, will process the refund and the money will come back to your wallet.
Okay, so just to confirm, if I want to subscribe, I make my intention clear that I want to subscribe, the number of shares I want to subscribe to, using the process you've described. And then on the 23rd of November, once it becomes public, then I will know how many shares I'm getting and whether or not I'm getting a refund, or how many shares I'll actually get from the ones that I wanted. Exactly.
Yes, you put it exactly right. So this is you just initially placing an intention, and the intention is received by the Tigere Property Fund. And on the 23rd, then Tigere Property Funds gives you a note to say you can now have the shares, or you can have at least a part of the shares.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sounds simple enough, Mr. Garikai. What more information do I need looking at the Tigere Reit and how I can be a part of that?
I think the most important information at the moment is the dates for this Tigere Reit IPO. It opened on the 20th of October, so people can actually subscribe for these units now. It will remain open until the 18th of November. That's when it will close. So between the 20th of October and the 18th of November, people are being asked to make their subscriptions, to make their intentions, as Tatenda has put it, that I want so many units. Then when it closes on the 18th of October, then the results will be announced on the 21st of November to say, okay, this is how much has been subscribed, and therefore everyone is going to get their full allocation, or in the case of over subscription, then they will reduce on a pro rata basis, and people get refunds because we want to give equal opportunity to every investor. The nice thing again to note is that for C-Trade investors, the minimum amount of units that you can subscribe for is only 1,000 RTGS. So even with as low as 1,000, you can participate. Yeah, so those are the important dates, and as Tatenda is indicated, once the results have been published on the 21st, then the actual listing of the Tigere Reit on the Zimbabwe Stock Exchange will happen on the 23rd of November. That's when it will be listed. So the IPO will have closed, then the listing happens on the 23rd, then from the 23rd onwards, it's now normal trading as we know it.
And I'm sure for some of the viewers watching at home, sounds like a great opportunity. Property is one of those asset classes people are interested in investing in. Over the years, it's done well for a lot of investors, and obviously for our new investors, there's an attraction there. But we are introducing a new asset class, as it were, in terms of a rate. And maybe for some of our first-time investors, they might not really understand what the opportunity is with the rates and asset classes of that nature. How do I make a profit from investing in a vehicle such as a REIT?
Okay, so as you have rightfully put it, a REIT allows investors to participate in property investments. You may not have sufficient funds to buy a full unit like a block of flats or an office block or a house. But if you invest in REITs, all we are saying is you are putting your money, and it's Tatenda puts his, Dutch puts his, some other people, they put their money into a trust or an investment pot. And then that money is then invested into property. Then the returns that you make are now in the form of the returns that then come from that property. If we have put our money, the three of us put our money, and then we buy a block of flats, then we make money from the rental income that comes now from that block of flats. That then becomes our income. If we had invested our money in shares, The profit that that company makes is what we are paid as dividends. Now, in this case, we are not investing into a company, but we are investing in a real property, in office blocks, flats, houses. The rental income that then comes from those properties becomes the income that is then distributed to the unit holders. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know if I can add to what Gary has just said.
Yeah.
So also this time presents a new opportunity that doesn't come every now and again, is to play the IPO game. So because you have been given an offer by Tigere with a certain price, $28 to buy the unit.
Yeah.
If you think the market is going to price it differently, for example, let's say on the 23rd, you think that the market is going to say, actually, Tigere is worth $40. That's a good time for you now to be playing that IPO game. And it's so easy to make the income because you invest today. In a month, the allocations are done. Or maybe you can even invest on the last day, which is maybe 18. And immediately after investing on that day, the allocation is done and the asset reprices on the exchange on the 23rd. Yeah.
So the opportunity is not just for the income as part of me owning the rate, but even capital appreciation in the value
Yes.
of the rate itself.
Yes.
Right. And then I think, Garika, let me touch on that, because some investors there are not really looking for long-term investments. Maybe they want to work in the medium term, in the shorter term. And then they might be thinking, how easy is it for me, if I have a short-term need to dispose of my stake in the rate, to get to do that? Can I easily dispose of a rate in the short term and liquidate my position?
Certainly you can. If you remember, Dutch, in our previous episodes, we compared investments on the stock exchange to other investments. And one of the aspects that we really spoke about is the ease with which you can dispose of your investments through shares. And this REIT actually brings in that convenience and flexibility. If you were to invest directly in buying a property, disposing of it is a bit of a challenge. It will take time. It's not very easy to liquidate a property. But if you invest in units in a property through a REIT, you trade these REITs just like you trade shares. So selling them, disposing them, and converting your REITs back into cash is as good as, it's as easy as you do with your normal shares. So it's very, very easy to convert your REIT into shares, which is actually an added advantage. You still own a share in a property, but when it comes to disposing of it, it's much, much easier, because it's just like you did dispose of your shares.
Well, there you have it, viewers. If you are interested in property, interested in a liquid asset, if you're also interested in playing the IPO game, the great opportunity, a unique opportunity is there right now, where you can go on the C-Trade Live platform. The Tigere Reit is there. You can subscribe, get your intention in there, and once they're allocated, you can also be a part of that rate. And as you heard, there's a great opportunity either from the value of your rentals, or the income that you generate from the rate itself, or the appreciation in the value depending on the pricing of the IPO. So definitely look into that, and that's a great opportunity for you as an investor. Now, I know a lot of you are sitting on the edge of your seats, because this is the show where we announce the winners from the last month's C-Trade Fantasy game, who are our top 5 portfolios for the month of October. And yes, this is the show we're about to announce the winners, and I will be crossing over to Mr. Tatenda to share what our top 5 portfolios are for the month of October and who our winners are. So stay tuned for that. Keep it locked here on the C-Trade Fantasy segment on Tech Thursdays.
Good day once again. It is my honor and privilege to be announcing our amazing C-Trade Fantasy winners. And I will start from the bottom. Now, on number 5, we have Christina Sitima, who has got a portfolio of 2,495,000. And on number 4, we have got Ngonidzashe Bepete, who has got a portfolio of 2,550,548. On number 3, we have Gabriel Gumbo, who has got a portfolio of 3,708,080. On number 2, we have Brian Moyo, who has got a portfolio of 7,207,140. And our amazing winner for the month is Ushamba Rodrigue Manje, who has got a portfolio of $8,456,500. Now, to get into how they have been trading and their various portfolio, on number 1, we have got Ushasha Rodrigue Manje, who has got a portfolio of Getback Zimbabwe Limited, which is 528,479 shares. And what we are noticing about Ushasha is that he has been moving in and out of many stocks. He hasn't been diversifying, and therefore he has been able to take up all the returns from a single stock, and he hasn't lost any return from diversification. Thumbs up to him. On number 2, we've got Brian Moyo. He has got a portfolio of African Sun 4,000, CBZ 40,000, FBC 190 shares, General Beltings 65,700, and many other shares in various stock, which constitutes only 323 shares. And on number 3, we have got Gabriel Gumbo, who has got shares in Aris, African Sun, Delta, and also in Getbacks. And his major asset there is Aris, which he has got shares of 50,000 shares in that stock. Then on number 4, we have got Ngonidzashe Bepete, who is also playing the sticking to one share game. And he has got Delta shares, he has got Insco shares. And on Delta shares, he have concentrated all his portfolio to about 53,101 shares and only 5 shares in Insco. Then lastly, we've got Christian Sitima, who has got shares in African Sun, which are 10,000, shares in Econet, which are 20,600, and shares in NMB, which are 20,000.
There you have it. Those are our top 5 portfolios for the month of October. Congratulations to our winners. Warkubika big. And congratulations on the prizes. Again, to collect your prizes, you need to just visit the C-Trade offices at ZB House here in the CBD of Harare. It's on the 2nd floor. And you can go collect your prizes at the C-Trade offices. Also, if you think you want to join the game, I know you're seeing people are winning and you think, is it too late? There's already portfolios appreciating in value. Is it too late for me to join? It's never too late for you to join. There's still about 4 months of the game left, so you can join today simply by downloading the C-Trade app, either on your Play Store, on your App Store, or visiting ctrade.co.zw, and you can register online. You can also visit ctradefantasy.com if you want to find out more specifically about the game. Sign up, register, start buying your shares, and see if you won't be one of the winners in next month's edition, and we won't have your name up in lights as well, announcing a prize just for you. If you want to find out more just about the game, about investing in local capital markets in general, follow C-Trade Mobile at Twitter or C-Trade on Facebook. You can also WhatsApp 0737 594 405, and you can have all your questions answered directly on WhatsApp. Thank you again, viewers and listeners, for watching and tuning into our show as we try to help you navigate how to invest in the local capital markets. Until next week,